Hi, guys. Welcome to this episode where I'm going to share with you a memory verse that I've been having for a while, and it comes from the book of Psalm, chapter 128. It says, "Blessed is the man who fears the Lord, who walks in his ways. You shall eat the fruit of your labor. Blessings and prosperity will be yours. Your wife will be like a fruitful vine within your house. Your sons will be like olive shoots round your table. Thus is the man blessed who fears the Lord. May the Lord bless you from Zion all the days of your life. May you see the prosperity of Jerusalem, and may you live to see your children's children. Peace be upon Israel. Amen." I love this chapter because it talks about the benefits that you will have if you fear the Lord and if you walk in his ways. And I want to take you back to the part that says, "Your wife will be like a fruitful vine within your house." When we talk about being fruitful, we automatically think about a woman bearing children and raising them up. But let us expand our understanding of what fruitful means. And I want to take the example of Joseph. Before Jacob dies, he calls his sons and he blesses them. And when he gets to Joseph, he tells him, "You will be like a fruitful bough by a spring." A bough is like a main branch of a tree. So this tree will never lack, it will prosper because it is next to a spring. It has all the necessary resources to produce good fruit. And we see that happening to Joseph's life. From the time when he was sold by his brothers to the time he's in prison, he continues to be fruitful. When Potiphar's wife tries to make advances at him, he rejects her and he shows his integrity, his moral discipline, and his commitment to do what is right. Fruitful in his character, in his personal character. And even all the while when he is in prison, he does not forget God. His faith stands very firm. The Lord is his anchor. So we see Joseph being fruitful in terms of his spirituality. Think about Joseph's leadership. When he finally rises to being a leader, he protects his country from famine. He's a strategic leader. He says that now when we have plenty, let us save some so that when there's drought, we will have enough. And we see this very Joseph being the redeemer of his family, the very people who sold him, and is able to give them food during the famine. Very strategic. He's a planner, fruitful in his leadership, and is able to support his brothers like a vine. He comes in handy when they need him most. So think about being fruitful in all aspects. Imagine a woman being fruitful in her character, being very virtuous in her leadership, both at home and at work. A woman who is a strong spiritual icon, very fruitful in her spiritual journey. Who wouldn't want such a wife? So think about being fruitful in all aspects. And as a husband, it is your responsibility to offer the right support, the right leadership. Lead your family to Christ, to fear Him, to walk in His ways. Let God be the center of your home. Seek counsel from Him. That is the kind of leadership that you, as the husband, need to bring to your family. And think and other versions talk about Joseph being like the fall of a donkey by a spring. Fall is like a baby, so a baby donkey. It will never lack, and it's next to a spring, always having water, flourishing. It has everything in abundance. And this happens to Joseph's life. Remember when Jesus enters Jerusalem? He enters in a donkey, a sign of royalty. And Joseph rises to royalty. So when God says that you will be like a fruitful vine, believe it. Like Joseph, he was fruitful in every way. And when you go to John chapter 15, when Jesus says, I am the vine and you are the branches, whoever does not produce fruit, I will cut off. But he who produces fruit, I will prune them so that they continue to be fruitful. So, yes, if you want your wife to continue being fruitful, be aware of the fact that she will be pruned. And pruning in this case means exposing their character flaws, their insufficiencies, all the ugly parts of them. They have to come out for her to continue being better. Because without knowing this part, how will you grow? So support her even in her pruning in this process, because we see that for you to continue being fruitful, there has to be some pruning. And this phase is ugly, it's not pleasant, but support her so that she's able to be fruitful. So, fearing the Lord and walking in His ways, it comes with a lot of commitment. Now, if I'm talking to the husbands, married men, it comes with offering the right leadership, offering the right support. So, yes, blessed is the man who fears the Lord, who walks in his ways. Your wife will be like a fruitful vine within your house. Amen.